What's up, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna do some speed reviews. I've got a ton of products sitting here in front of me that I have been testing out. I have used over and over in different ways with multitudes of other different products, and I have my final thoughts. So I'm ready to sit down, go over those with you, and tell you what's good, what's worth your money, and what you can skip on at the store. Just kind of leave that be. But we're going to do this a little bit differently today. Usually I kind of go in order of application, let you know just my thoughts on each product individually. But I read your comments, I pay attention, I listen, I want to give you the content that you want. So I'm going to change this up a little bit. I tried ranking these from my least favorite product to my favorite product, and I couldn't do it. I could not do it because they're different. I feel like you can't rank a foundation up against a lip gloss. So what I've decided to do is break these into categories. So I will leave chapters down below. So if you're curious and what's just absolute garbage, you can skip over to that. Or if you want to know what my favorites were, you could care less about the rest, you can skip over to that as well. But I have 3 different categories that I've come up with. So the first one is products that I hate. I don't like them. You can skip on them. They will probably get decluttered at the end of the year. They will probably never get touched again because I absolutely do not like them. The next category is products that they're good. They're fine. There's nothing wrong with them. They're just either not for me or just they're so-so. They didn't blow me out of the water. It wasn't anything that makes me want to go pick up more shades of it or repurchase it in the future. And then the last category is ones that I absolutely love, products that I have reached for over and over and over and will absolutely end up in my makeup rotation and probably stay in my collection, or I would love to get more shades of that. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and hop into the ones that I absolutely hated. Luckily, I only have a handful. There's not a whole lot sitting here, but let's go ahead and start with these 2 products right here. So I did not purchase these. These are from Colorspell, and they were sent to me with the Profusion Petal Perfect palette that I picked up, and I didn't know at the time, but Colorspell is a new brand off of Profusion, and it's going to be sold in Dollar General. But these are the long-lasting Kohl eyeliners. These are horrible. These are awful. These are so stiff. They do not go on the eye. They pull and tug. They don't glide on at all. The pigmentation is not there. I did use these, I believe, in that video with the Profusion Petal Perfect palette, and I told you right then I didn't like them. These are not good at all. So skip on these because, yeah, they're not good at all. The next thing is something that I pulled from my Shop My Stash, or was it my Shop My Stash, or was it my collection video? I can't remember, but it is the Benefit Fluff Up Brow Wax. I told y'all I was going to try this out again because I couldn't remember what I thought of it, and let you know, I don't like this. I hate this. It holds, yes, but it leaves this white cast in my brows. It makes them look very gray and kind of like I don't know. I don't like it at all. I hate this. It's an awful product. I hate that it has a white cast to it. It definitely has like a white tint to it. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, if you have blonde brows, this is probably fantastic, but if you have dark brows, this is awful. I mean, maybe if you put this on first and then go back in with your pencil or your brow pen or whatever, this might work. But for me, the way I do my makeup, I hated this. I did not like the way that my brows looked that day. It was awful. The next one is another one from Fenty Beauty. Y'all, their concealers clearly are just not for me, but this is the Bright Fix Eye Brightener. I got this in my BoxyCharm for the month of March or April. I don't remember, but one, the shade is not perfect for me. It is a little bit on the yellowy side. Like you can see, it's not going to brighten anything. It's a little too dark, but shade aside, this is very drying under my eyes, like very, very drying. Like it is not very attractive. It makes them look very crepey, and it's not for mature under eyes at all. I tried to use it. The first time I used it, I thought, okay, this doesn't look too bad. It looks okay. But after I tried it multiple times and wore it, I wore it with powder, without powder, and no matter what I did, as the day went on, my under eyes just looked so dehydrated. It was emphasizing fine lines and wrinkles, all of that jazz that I have under there, and I'm not a fan of this at all. The last product that I have in this category is the ABH, what is this called? The Beauty Balm. I hate this. I am so glad that I did not pay for this. I picked this up from Ulta and I had points to use, so this was free. I hate this. The shade match is perfect for me. It's extremely creamy. Like, this is over the top creamy when it goes on, but it just does not sink into my skin. It just kind of sits on top and just, I don't know, it doesn't mesh well. It just kind of, it never, I don't want to say it breaks apart throughout the day because it never looks good. And I tried this a magnitude of different ways. I tried this with a mattifying primer. I tried it with hydrating primers. I tried it with no primer. I tried it with powder. I tried it without powder. I tried it with heavy powder. I tried it every way and I don't like this at all. I think it's not a good product. It may just not be for my skin. I think if you have really, really, really dry skin, you might like this. But for me, I didn't like it. It emphasized texture. It sunk into my fine lines and my deep lines on my forehead, and I'm just not a fan. This is a pass, so absolutely not. If you have oily skin, stay away. This is not going to be your friend. I will tell you that right now. All right, let's move on to our next category of products that they're fine, they're good, I'll use them. I probably won't repurchase them. They didn't stand out to me. There's nothing that like pulls me in and makes me want to use them. So we're gonna go ahead and start with these from Color Spell. I was sent these as well. It's the same line that you can get in the dollar store, but these are the lip liners. These are actually really nice. I was impressed for, I'm guessing what is going to be around $1, $1.50 a piece. These are actually really nice. I will link, ooh, the lid just flew off. I will link all of these down below in the description box with as much information as I can possibly give you. So if you are curious about any of these, you're interested in them, you can check that out down below. I will also link and list everything that I'm wearing on my face today. You've already seen this look go up live. This is the Wicked video that I did a little while ago, but yeah, these are okay. They're not bad. The colors aren't anything that I would normally gravitate towards. They're not the creamiest thing on the lips, but they do go on, they do stay in place, and they're not overly uncomfortable. They're not great. Like, I'll use them and they'll hang around, but it doesn't make me want to buy more of these. I have to find the lid. I don't know where it went, but they're okay. If you're balling on a budget and you want a lip liner, they're not bad. Up next is this one from Juvia's Place. This is the Blush Lighter, I believe is what they're called. This is in the shade Soft Tulip Glow, and this was just underwhelming for me. It's not a bad product. It is very pretty, but it just wasn't super pigmented. It kind of blended out a little bit into nothing. It does have a good sheen to it. It works better over powder than under powder, and it does look really pretty, but it's not anything that I want to go purchase more of them. I prefer the matte version of this better. Well, it's not really a matte version, but it doesn't have the shimmer in it. I prefer those better. I think those are more pigmented. I think they're more flattering on the skin. I think they wear better. I think they're prettier. So this is an okay one. I think even if you really love a good shimmery cheek, I just don't know if this is going to do it. Like, it's not bad. It's really not. It's just probably just not for me is what it is. The Kosas Revealer Concealer. I like this, but I don't. Like, it's good, it works, but some days it looks really good under my eyes, some days it doesn't. I do like the consistency of it. I'm not a fan of the smell of it, and I noticed that the Kosas, what is it? The foundation that I have as well has that same kind of smell to it. It does go away and you don't smell it throughout the day, but this just isn't the creamiest concealer in the world. Like, I'll use it up, but once it's gone, it's gone. I probably won't repurchase it. I wouldn't say this is a favorite concealer of mine. I do have my favorites that I absolutely love. I have favorites that are more affordable, more high-end, more just kind of in that middle road as well, but it's okay. It's not my favorite for more mature eyes. The Queen Musea 2053 mascara. The first time I used this, I was not impressed. I was like, I don't know about this. I don't like it. I don't like the way that it goes on my eyes. But the more that I've used it, I do really, really like this. I think it's a beautiful formula. I'm actually wearing it on my lashes today. It gives me body and volume. It doesn't give me the most length, but it gives me that, and it gives me separation. The longer this is open, the better formula this gets. So you're probably wondering why I put it right here. It's because it's not waterproof, and I really need a good waterproof mascara. I have some waterproof mascara, some mascaras that are not waterproof that hold up really well, but this one, the minute I get any kind of moisture in my eye, it just kind of, it comes off. It doesn't flake off, but it definitely gets my lashes wet, and if I blink or anything, this fluffs off under onto my cheek and ruins my makeup. So if you don't have a watery eye problem, this is a really good mascara, and I do like it. But if you have watery eyes like I do, you can pass on this one. So that's why that one's kind of in the middle of the road right here. Up next are the two blushes that I picked up from Rare Beauty, her new launch that she came out with. I picked up the shade Cheer and the shade Love, and these are really pretty, but I don't know if they're not all created equally is what I'm trying to say, I guess. So this one, the shade Cheer, I think if it had been a matte formula, it would be an absolutely gorgeous blush on my cheek. But since it is very light, it takes a little bit more to build up, and it can just be beaming and over the top. So for me, this one is more of a blush topper, whereas this one is way more pigmented. You can see I haven't dug into this one quite as much because it is more pigmented. So this one kind of goes on as like a shimmering cheek color, but at the same time, they're very shimmery. They're not quite as blinding as her highlighters, but to me, it's more shimmer than I want in a blush. I love a shimmery blush. I love one that's not matte. I love matte blushes. I love all blushes, but for me, this is too much shimmer. This is a little bit over the top. These are more like colorful highlighter cheek topper-esque, but it's a good formula. It's just not my favorite. Like, I picked both of these up. I like them. I use them. I've reached for them, but it's not anything that I want to go purchase more of. I really wish that she had come out with maybe something a little like a little less on the metallic side, or even like a matte blush. I think those would do really, really well, but they're okay. I mean, the formula is good. They're not my favorite. They're not anything that I want to buy more of. Up next are the Polite Society, what are these? The Polite Pops Powder Blush Sticks. So these are really nice. This is a good formula. These are definitely like a cream to powder. They're really interesting, and I do really enjoy these. I've reached for these a lot. I've used these in a lot of videos. I picked up the shade Sydney, which is this one right here, and then I also picked up LA right here. My issue with these is you have to go in with a brush to pick them up, because if you swipe these on your cheek, whether you're powdered or unpowdered, it's going to lift everything. It's going to be gone immediately, because they're very stiff, because they are like a cream to powder, but it's not like a super creamy cream, if that makes any sense at all. These are pigmented. They do look beautiful, but you really have to go in hard with your brush and get them on there. So it can be a little time consuming. It can be a little difficult, but once they're on, they do build up. They do look beautiful on the cheek, and they wear really well. I like the packaging. I think they're cute. They're small. They're great for travel, but I'm not rushing out to buy any more shades because of the fact that they're not the most user-friendly. And if I'm gonna go for something in a stick, I either want it to be something I can easily pick up with a brush and swipe on, or you can't put these on the back of your hand and warm it up and put it on. So that's not an option either. Or I want it to be something that I can swipe on and blend out. So these are just they're so-so for me. They're not my favorites, but they're not horrible. And last in this little kind of mid-range section are the two eyeshadow bases from the Glamlight Kiss collection. So as an eyeshadow base, these are nice. They do their job. They work really well. They hold the eyeshadows in place. Yeah, I do like them, but they're not super pigmented. They're not opaque. They're not, you can't do anything beyond using them as an eyeshadow base, if that makes any sense. So if you want to go in and use the black as like a gel liner, you can't do that because it's not very opaque. If you want to go in and use the white that way, you can't do it because they're very opaque. So they're okay. They're really good as an eyeshadow base, but I just don't think that they kind of hit the nail on the head as far as what they were meant to be, because these don't say that they are eyeshadow bases. They say that they are makeup base. So there's kind of my 2 cents on those. Not my favorites, not horrible, but they're okay. I probably could have skipped out on them and lived my life perfectly fine, slept well at night, no problem. Let's move on to the things that are my favorites. I have found quite a few products I really, really love, and I truly do love these. Like, these are products I have reached for over and over. I have used them a multitude of times, and I would 100% repurchase them, buy new shades, or recommend them to you. So let's go ahead and start with the Ilia Skin Rewind Complexion Stick. This is beautiful. This is not nearly as creamy as the ABH going on, and it's also a little bit creamier than, I don't know where it is, but it's a little bit creamier than the Fenty stick. To me, this one is more mature skin friendly. This is better if you have skin that leans a little bit more on the drier side. So if you have like combo dry skin, normal skin, even dry skin, this is going to work really well. If you have oily skin, I don't think this is going to be the best for you because it is more on the hydrating side. But this just goes on so beautifully. The shade match is perfect for my skin. It lasts really, really well. It just gives me a my skin but better look. It's got a good light coverage. I can build it up to a very light medium, but it lasts all day. It doesn't emphasize texture. It doesn't sink into my lines. It just looks beautiful on my skin. It blends out really well. I do like blending this out more with a brush than a sponge. I've really been enjoying this one. I have reached for it a lot. And I'm excited to have it. I'm excited to keep using it. I think it's a beautiful product. So this one is a definite recommendation from me. Up next is the Half Magic Magic Flick Liquid Eyeliner. I have been using this non-stop since I purchased it, I guess around a month ago, and it does have a little bit of a learning curve to it. It has this really interesting tip to it, and I definitely had some fail moments with this, but once you figure it out, this is a fantastic eyeliner. I love it. I have it on today. It holds up on my eyes. I don't think it claims to be waterproof, but it's definitely water resistant. So if you have a little bit of watering, it's not going to like immediately crumble down your face. But if you start crying or get it wet, it probably will. But I've really enjoyed this. I will hands down 100% repurchase this when I run out of it. This one and my Glam Light Calligrapher, these are my 2 absolute favorite liquid eyeliners that I have in my collection. I've said before, I'm not a pro at liquid eyeliner. I've recently gotten into it, and so far out of the ones that I've tried, these 2 have been my favorite. But just a little tip for you, when you store this, make sure that you store it this way. It does have a wider bottom so that you can, but the brand has said that people who lay it down or store it this way, they complain that it was drying out, and that's because if you store it this way, all of the ink kind of goes to the tip, so it keeps it refreshed. But absolutely love this. If you're curious about it, I highly recommend it. The Too Faced Melting, Bronzing, and Sculpting Stick. This, if you don't mind smell, because it smells like a Tootsie Roll. It smells like a Tootsie Roll, and I love it. It's supposed to be like an orange covered chocolate, but I smell Tootsie Rolls. I love Tootsie Rolls. They're one of my favorites. But this is like the creamiest bronzing stick I have ever used in my life. It goes on, it looks a little scary, a little over pigmented, but it blends out so beautifully. It meshes absolutely amazing and seamlessly with the skin. It goes on great over and under powder. It's a beautiful product. I like the tone of this one for my fair skin. This is a perfect like bronze contour shade, so it's not quite like a bronze shade, but it's not a contour shade either. If you have fair skin, you know what I'm talking about. It can be really difficult to find a bronzer that's not overly orange or overly yellow, but then doesn't lead words, but it doesn't lean really gray either. This is beautiful. Too Faced did it, and I absolutely love this. This is going to be really hard to peel out of my hands. I have other new cream bronzers to try, and I've been wanting to reach for this one over and over. So if you've been eyeing this one and you don't mind a good Tootsie Roll smell, this one from Too Faced is beautiful, and not to mention this is like metal packaging, and the price point to me for being Too Faced really wasn't bad. I think this is $35 and I would have expected it to be more, and I absolutely would have paid more for this product. Up next is a product that I have absolutely been loving. I've been reaching for it over and over. It's the Catrice Soft Glam Filter Fluid Glow Booster. I have the shade 002 Fair. I love this. This is such a beautiful product. It's affordable. It's from the drugstore. You can get this on Amazon. You can get this from their website. This is a glass bottle. You get a full fluid ounce in here. It does have a doe foot applicator, which is not my absolute favorite, but this is very lightweight. It's not heavy. It doesn't feel sticky. It has minimal hydration to it. So if you have oily skin, you could definitely wear this. But if you have skin that's a little bit on the drier side, it's going to look beautiful on that too. This works really well as just an all-over glow booster. You can wear it under foundation, you can wear it mixed in with foundation. It doesn't change the consistency of it. You can wear this as a liquid highlighter. You can do all the things with it, but my favorite thing about this is the shade range, because the shades don't lean yellow. And that has been the hardest thing for me, especially when it comes to like more affordable brands like the Juvia's Place and the e.l.f. Both of those lean very yellow on my skin, so it's very hard to wear them on their own. I can wear them under foundation and mixed in with foundation, but as far as just a beautiful glow booster that doesn't change the tone of anything, this one's going to be my favorite. I have other ones that I love as well, and like my my MAC strobe cream and my L'Oreal Lumi lotion or whatever, those are more on the pink side. So yes, they work really well for my skin, but this one is just a true like neutral tone, and I absolutely love that. I applaud it. I think it's fantastic because I don't know what it is about all of them wanting to be yellow. e.l.f. expanded their shade range and they're still very yellow. Let's stick to the affordable train for a minute because I have a couple other products. The NYX Buttermelt Bronzers. I love these. Do you need all three shades? Absolutely not. I can wear all three shades. I picked up all three shades to try on, but I absolutely love these. The middle shade. Oh my god, y'all, we're not broken. Oh, that slammed and hit. Yeah, we're good. Okay, we're not broken. But what was I saying? Things kind of flew everywhere. The middle shade, which is all buttered up, is my favorite one. This one looks beautiful, but I will say all three of these lighter ones do look beautiful. These aren't nearly as red looking as they looked in the swatches online. I will pop those up right here, but they looked very like blush shades, but these aren't. These are just a really good like bronzer. They have different tones to them. Some are a little bit more red leaning, some are a little bit more neutral, some are a little bit, you know, on the warm side, but this is a beautiful formula. It is very pigmented. A little bit goes a long way, but it is buildable, it is blendable. They do have a fragrance to them. I really love the fragrance, but just be aware of that. But these are $10 a piece, and it's a beautiful formula. I love these. I would 100% repurchase one of these if it broke or if I used the whole thing up. And NYX is coming out with Buttermelt blushes, and you best believe it, I'm going to be picking those up and trying them because I love this formula right here, and I'm excited for those. The last two affordable products that I have right here are the new CoverGirl Clean Eye Color eyeshadow sticks. I have two different ones here. These were sent to me from Influencer, and I really like these. These are a beautiful formula. They're nice and creamy. They go on really easily. They blend out beautifully. You can wear these on their own without any creasing. I put these on without any eyeshadow base on underneath it, so no MAC Paint Pot, no Natasha Denona eyeshadow base or anything like that. They don't crease, and also these work really well if you want to kind of amp up that shimmer a little bit and put a shimmer on over top of them. These are such a good release from the drugstore. I absolutely love them. I would 100% pick up more shades. And these right here, these and I think it was the Buttermelt bronzers were kind of like, whoa, that's affordable. That's from the drugstore. It's on my radar. I'm excited, but these are really good. If you like eyeshadow sticks and you want a good variety and you don't want to break the bank doing it, but you want something that's going to be creamy and blendable and last all day, these from CoverGirl are absolutely beautiful and I adore them. Okay. These two, what are these? The Dewy Bars from Kaja. These kind of came out and I feel like they flew under the radar a little bit. I didn't see anybody talking about these, but these are like lip and cheek colors is exactly what they are. And they have this like twist up style, kind of like the Pixie glow sticks or whatever, but these are so beautiful. They are balmy, so if you have oily skin, these are definitely not going to be for you, but I love these. These look beautiful over and under powder products. That's a trend when it comes to things that are my favorites. It has to perform both ways because I never know how I'm feeling, but these are beautiful. I can pick them up with a brush and just kind of pat them on. I can swipe it on my cheek, blend it out. It looks beautiful. If you're gonna go in over product, definitely pick it up with a brush and put it on. But these don't dry down, so keep that in mind. They're not super sticky and like they don't attract your hair and like have everything stick to them, but they're also not going to have like a powder like finish either. These are, like they say, a dewy product and very balmy, but they're beautiful. I love the two shades that I picked up, which is Strawberry Sorbet and Grapefruit Gelato. Grapefruit Gelato is a really pretty like a peachy neutral almost, but these are beautiful. These are a really good product from Kaja, and I'm surprised more people aren't talking about them. But like I said, I've really loved them. I've enjoyed them. I almost picked up more shades during the Sephora sale, but I resisted because I have other things that I need to test out and other things that I wanted to pick up. Let's save lip products for the last because I have quite a few lip products sitting here in front of me. Let's go ahead and talk about highlighters. I have highlighters sitting here. I have more highlighters over here. I spoke too soon when I said, oh, brands aren't doing a whole lot of highlighters right now. They are. Let's start with this one from Lunar Beauty. This came out with the Moonshroom collection and I love this. It's a beautiful formula. It's absolutely stunning. I love that we have a palette that seems to be, from what I've heard from all the rumblings in the community, every skin tone can use. Some of these certain skin tones can use every single shade, other skin tones they can use only certain shades, but for me, I'm able to find a use for every single one of these. So both of these two up here are beautiful highlight shades on my skin. This one is really good if I want to just take like a matte bronzer to the next level and add a little bit of glow to it, or even kind of use it as an inner corner on my eyes. And then this one right here is a really pretty blush topper for me. So I love the formula. It's shimmery, it's shiny, it's blinding, but it's not gritty, it's not textured, it's not glittery. It doesn't have any of that. So I absolutely love this palette. I think it's beautiful. If you picked it up, hold on to it. If you're curious about it and you didn't pick it up, I would highly recommend that you do if you're into it. I'm not going to tell you to buy anything. That's up to you. I'm sitting here to tell you what's good and what's not. This one is really good. Natasha Denona and Charlotte Tilbury. Let's start with Charlotte Tilbury because this is like a re-release from what I understand. She did have these out before, and every time I went to pick one up, this one was sold out. This is the one in Romance Light, so it's the more pinky one. right up my alley. I love a pink highlighter, and this is beautiful. I can swirl all of them together and just have this really pretty like reflective highlight, or I can go individually and pick these up and put these on. I absolutely love this. Charlotte Tilbury is very hit or miss for me. Some of her products I really, really love. Some of them I'm like, they're okay, they could have been better, and some of them can be like a complete waste of money. But this one I really, really love. I think it's a beautiful highlight. Yes, the price point is a little bit high, but the way I look at it, I'm getting 4 highlights in one little thing. So I think it's beautiful. I like the packaging. I love that we have a mirror. I like this kind of like glittery front to it. I think it's beautiful, and I don't think these are limited edition. I think she brought these back permanently. I could be wrong, correct me if you know otherwise, but this is a really pretty highlight. I love it. I've been using it a lot. The last highlight is the Natasha Denona High Gen Skincare Infused Glow Beautifier. So she has shown a multitude of different ways that you can use this. You can put this on as like a glow booster. You can wear it on its own. You can mix it with her, her glass skin primer or whatever. I've never tried that, but mix it in and give you like an all over glow. To me, I thought that was a bit much. I saw her doing it and I was like, that's interesting, but I think that's a little bit too glowy for my taste. I like this as a highlighter. Straightforward as a highlighter. I think it's absolutely beautiful on the skin. It's a little bit more than a Lit from Within glow, but it's not quite as glowy and beamy as these two right here. So if you're like a more middle of the road kind of girl, this one's beautiful. I really like the formula in here. It's like, I don't know, it has like this really pretty like silky feel to it, and it looks absolutely beautiful on the skin. It has like a wet finish to it, and I've really been enjoying it. I love the slim, sleek packaging. I just think it's so beautiful. I did pick up the shade Light. This one comes in different shades, as well as this one too. This one comes in one other shade, and I can't remember what it is, but this is a beautiful highlight as well. Natasha Denona is another one of those that her products, they are very, very hyped, and some of them, they hit the mark and people are just so excited about them and they talk about them, and then there's other products where it's kind of like, wah wah. Yeah, we could have done better with that, but this one is beautiful and I absolutely love this highlighter. All right, let's talk about lip products. So I have quite a few sitting here that I have been testing out. First up, this is not a new product, this is a new shade. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat Lip Liner. This is in the new shade Pillow Talk Fair, and I absolutely love this. I have a short on my channel trying on all of my new Charlotte Tilbury lip products that I picked up, because I picked up quite a few, but I love this shade. For me, this is like a perfect My Lips But Better lip shade. Looks absolutely beautiful. This is more flattering on me than the original Pillow Talk. I love the original Pillow Talk shade, but this one is perfect for me. Let me show you a little swatch of this color. But it has just this really pretty kind of like dusty mauvey shade to it, and it just looks absolutely beautiful. It's not as light as I thought it was gonna be. When she said Pillow Talk Fair, I was like, oh, that's gonna give like concealer lips almost, but it doesn't. It's beautiful. All my fair tone girls out there, this is a beautiful color. Charlotte Tilbury knows what she's doing when it comes to lip products. I have not come across a lip product from her yet that I don't love. I haven't tried them all, but I do really love her lip products and I always want to purchase more. Also from Charlotte Tilbury, I picked up one of her new shades in the Kissing formula. I had never tried the Kissing formula before. I had tried the Matte Revolution formula, and I do love that formula, but I picked up this one, and this is in the shade Red Carpet Pink. And again, this shade is just like my perfect pink nude. It goes so beautifully with the Pillow Talk Fair liner, and this just looks beautiful on my lips. Again, go check out that short and it'll show you what it looks like, but yeah, it just takes my lips and just amps them up and elevates them just a little bit. The formula is so comfortable. It has just a nice like satin shine to it. It's not matte, but it's not like a vinyl finish either. It's beautiful, it's comfortable, it lasts a good while on my lips, and I absolutely love this shade. I love the pink packaging. I think it's beautiful, but this shade in particular I really love. This isn't the shade that I was going to purchase either. I think I was going to purchase Icon Baby, I think is the one, and it was sold out, so I went out on a limb and purchased this one, and I think that there was a reason that that other one was sold out, because this is the shade that I was meant to have. Last from Charlotte Tilbury is the Pillow Talk Big Lip Plumpgasm. This is in the shade Pillow Talk Fair Medium. This is what I have on my lips right now. I love this. This is a plumping, okay, I hate the packaging. I think the packaging is gaudy, it's ugly. I don't understand this whole, it looks like a cigarette to me. It looks like she's got a cigarette in her mouth, but it's lipstick. I don't understand it. I think it's over the top, but Charlotte Tilbury is over the top, and that's why we love her. But the formula is beautiful. I like the shade. It looks really pretty on. I don't have this on with the Pillow Talk Fair liner. I have it on with my e.l.f. pink liner, this one right here. I can't remember the shade name. I will never remember the shade name, but that's what I have it on with. And it is so comfortable. It's not sticky, it's not heavy, it doesn't do the stringy thing. It wears off really nicely, and it does have a plumping effect, but it's a very subtle plumping effect. Like, you can feel a little bit of like that tingle and a little bit of a cooling effect, but it's nothing painful, at least not to me. I have a pretty good pain tolerance, but I have tried the one from Too Faced, and that one hurts. That one hurts really, really bad. Like, so bad that I felt like my lips were burning and they were on fire, and I don't feel that with this. And I definitely feel like there's a little bit of a plumping effect, and it lasts on the lips for a little while. It doesn't last all day. It's not permanent, but it does last for a good little while. So I really enjoy this. I would love to pick up the Pillow Talk medium deep shade as well, because I think it's beautiful. Okay, we're almost done. A few more lip products. Let's get through these. The Milk Makeup Kush Lip Oil. I have the shade Cookie Dough. I love this. This is probably my favorite lip oil formula that I have. I have a lot. I've been trying out a lot. I've been on a lip oil kick because I just love throwing these in my bag or having them sitting around the house so I can slap one on my lips. I love this. It smells good, so it has a fragrance. It doesn't taste like anything. It definitely smells like cookie dough. They're all essentially clear. I did swatch these in store when I walked in because I wanted to see if maybe I needed another shade. Essentially, they're all clear. Like, you swatch them and you can see like a hint of the color, but when you put them on your lips, they all look the same. So I would say go for whatever smell suits you. But this is comfortable, it's hydrating, it's not heavy, it's not overly thin, it's not overly thick. It's a beautiful, beautiful formula. Milk Makeup is definitely one of my absolute favorite like mainstream brands. I'm always gravitated to what they come out with. I have not found anything from the brand that I don't like. There's been some that are not for me that I have passed out, like not passed out, but I have skipped on, like they're more mattifying stuff. But for the most part, I really love Milk products, and I think that this is a beautiful lip oil. This is a true lip oil. It's not a hybrid. It's not more of a gloss. It's not too watery. I love this. Highly recommend it. Well worth it. The Lunar Beauty lip glosses. These are the 3 shades that came out with the Moonshroom collection. I love his formula. I think it's beautiful, and I think these shades are absolutely beautiful as well. This is one of those glosses that just is so comfortable on the lips. It's not thick, it's not sticky, it's not heavy. It doesn't give you the stringy thing. It doesn't do any of that. These do have a fragrance to them, but they're so comfortable and beautiful on the lips. Even the ones that have like a shimmer to them, they're not gritty. You can't feel the shimmer in them, and it's not like an over the top like holographic or multi-chrome shimmer. It's just a beautiful like light catching the lips shimmer. And these new colors that he came out with for the collection, I hope these are permanent and not limited edition, because I really love these. The shade, all of these shades are absolutely beautiful. The shade Soul, this is the one that I was most excited with, but I have fallen in love with Flora and Ella so much. This has been like a go-to over just a lip liner, and this has been one that I have worn several times over the Red Carpet Pink. These go together beautifully. I love, love, love a lot of his lip products, but his lip glosses are so good. And last, I have these two lipsticks from Queen Musea. These were sent to me with no obligation. I don't have to say anything. I don't even have to review them if I don't want to, but I like these. I was really impressed. They are a matte formula, but they're like a comfortable matte formula. So they do have like a little bit of a sheen to them. So I don't know what you would call that. Like, they're not like a satin lipstick, but they're not a full-on matte either. This is the shade Becky Sharp. I love this one. This one is right along my alley with the whole like kind of a mauvey dusty pink shade. Absolutely beautiful. And then the other one, Ada, is beautiful as well, but I've really been enjoying this formula. I wish they had more shades. That's my biggest thing. This one has a little bit more of like that bricky red orange shade to it, but it's beautiful. These are comfortable when they last on the lips. They last a really good long while on the lips too. They're not going to last all day. They are transfer proof. They don't dry down, but even after like eating and drinking and stuff like that, you can still see that wash of color, and it doesn't leave like the butthole lips or like a weird ring or anything like that. So I really do enjoy this formula. I like the packaging. I think it's cute. It reminds me of frozen yogurt. So it's cute. I like it. I would love to pick up more, but I want them to come out with more shades. There's shades that I'm like, ooh, that would be really pretty. That would be really pretty. But these two are the ones that I picked, and I'm really happy with my choices. All right, y'all, so that is going to complete this round of speed reviews. We had quite a bit of products to discuss today. We had a few that were just kind of misses that were not good. We had some so-sos. We had quite a bit of products that I absolutely love and I'm excited about, and I've got a bunch of products sitting over here building up that I am testing and figuring out my final thoughts. So I'm sure another one of these will be going up not too far in the future, but let me know what you thought of this style video. Did you like this better with me kind of categorizing everything? Did you like it better where I went in like order of application? I want to know all of your thoughts. Also, let me know if you picked up any of these products and if you have different feelings about them than I did. Are some of the things that I hate things that you love? Are some of the things that I love things that you absolutely hate? I want to know it all. Let's have that conversation. Light up that comment box down below. And as usual, I want to thank you all so much for spending your time with me and watching my video. It means so much to me. And if you did like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up before you leave. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click on that notification bell so that you can be notified of all my future posts here on my channel. I do post quite a few videos every week, most days if not every single day, and I wouldn't want you to miss one. But until my next video, have a good one. Bye.